it's so important to find a home that really works when it comes to long term, especially when you're spending upwards of $500,000. You want to make sure that you're getting quality. And this is why I like helping my clients distinguish between a good builder and a mediocre builder. Today we're checking out this beautiful new build by 𝐓𝐢𝐦𝐞𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐦𝐩𝐬, and I've had a few of you that have asked me for more tours that are luxury. So today I am going to be showcasing 𝐓𝐢𝐦𝐞𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐦𝐩𝐬. This is a 4-bedroom. The layout honestly really works because you have your master downstairs. So if you're somebody that doesn't want to have a 2-story because you want to avoid going upstairs to your bedroom, that is not something you're going to worry about. You also have at the entrance of the home a bedroom that could be used as an office, mother-in-law suite because it has easy access to a restroom, and then 2 more bedrooms upstairs. I do also want to highlight the fact that it's so important to find a home that really works when it comes to long term, especially when you're spending upwards of $500,000. This one in particular is for a little under $630,000. You want to make sure that you're getting quality. And this is why I like helping my clients distinguish between a good builder and a mediocre builder. There's a lot of builders that just care about their product being pushed and quotas being fulfilled, and they're not giving you what you are paying for. And in my book, that's just not right. So you want to make sure that you have somebody that is willing to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this builder is definitely somebody that's taking pride in their quality of their work. And for those of you that are thinking of relocating to El Paso, whether it's a year from now or a month from now, send us a message. My team is receiving inquiries every single day from people that are relocating to El Paso and would like to have a strategy call. So go ahead and make sure that you fill that out down below. I even have a client right now that is in town from Maryland, shout out Dan, and they're thinking about relocating. They wanted to make sure that El Paso was going to be the right fit for them. So overall, you want to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And if you just want to know more about the market, I would love the opportunity to talk to you and put together a game plan to really understand if El Paso is for you. One of the biggest mistakes that I've seen buyers do when relocating to El Paso is deciding on an area without really understanding the different pockets and housing options that really exist. You can literally find a brand new construction, or you can find homes that have been built for decades that have a lot of character, a lot of charm, mountain views, larger lots, newer master planned communities, mature trees, homes with character, and everything in between. So rather than telling you what I think is best, I want to show you the options and help you decide so that you can actually see what makes the most sense for you and your family. Now, this first home that we're looking at is over at 1837 Bridal, and this is a 𝐓𝐢𝐦𝐞𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐦𝐩𝐬 home, which has an amazing reputation out here, craftsmanship, attention to detail, you name it. Now, really, when it comes to 𝐓𝐢𝐻𝐻, they are a custom builder. And this is the difference between when you purchase a home that is going to be like what we know as a track builder, and then someone that is actually going to be a custom home builder. Now, with a custom builder, you're going to be able to choose where you want your master bedroom to face, what kind of lighting do you want, the overall square footage for each bedroom. You'll notice that in this home, you actually have 12-foot ceilings, and this really just makes the area feel that much bigger. But of course, it's not losing the overall feeling that is necessary for it to still feel like your own personal home, where it doesn't feel like it's missing that character. Now, I also want to highlight that they do include your appliances. Usually it's the GE appliances. Sometimes it can be the KitchenAid appliances. It really just depends. But what I want you to pay attention is we want to compare builders. We don't just want to look at a builder because of their countertops or their floors. We really want to look at the house. How is it constructed? And this is really where we're going to get into the its and bits that really make this home as beautiful as it is. So this home actually offers a 2x6 exterior wall, full OSB wall sheeting, spray foam insulation, and post-tension foundation. Those are the kinds of things that when it comes to construction that really matter, and sometimes as a buyer you may overlook because this is not something you're doing on the regular, right? A lot of people on average, they hold on to their property for 5 to 10 years. So the last time you might have purchased a home could have been very different than what you're seeing in the market now. Now, here's really where we want to get into understanding why is it that this matters? What material are they using? What is the standard? What exactly am I paying for? What are the warranties? How does the house actually compare to other builders in similar price points? So when it comes to these questions matter so much, as well as deciding the area. It matters as much as choosing the floor plan. And I feel like a lot of us just don't take the time to really understand these things. And that's something that you really want to avoid, because the last thing you want is to purchase in an area that you end up regretting. You're in an area where now you're too close to a school, traffic gets a little crazy, or maybe you want to be near a school because you actually want to walk your kids to school. All of these things really matter. Now, I love this floor plan because, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you have your master downstairs, which is perfect for those of us that just don't want to deal with going up the stairs anymore. My last house, it was a 2-story. I loved it. I'm done with my 2 stories, okay? At least for the foreseeable future. But then you still have your, maybe you can call them your kids' rooms upstairs. Also, just to kind of show you guys an estimate of numbers, this is a CD giving you guys like a disclosure of what more or less your monthly payment would look like. As you can see, it's about $4,400 for a purchase price of $629,900, and with an interest rate of about 5.9. This would give you a 20% down. And once we go down here, this is more or less your estimated cash to close. Now, of course, we need to calculate the 20% that you would be giving. But if you talk to me and my team, we could go ahead and figure out what's the best option for you, because a lot of the times we're able to negotiate closing costs for you so that that is something that you don't have to worry about. Okay, now this next one is going to be a resale. It is very much a newer home. It was built back in 2024 by Deal to Deal Homes, and the overall layout really does work. It's a resale in Simeron Canyon, and this is why it's important for you guys to compare. The other house we just looked at was for $619. This one is going to be for $850. But also you want to compare the square footage. This one already has a pool in the back. Now, some of the unique things about this kitchen is obviously it's a gourmet kitchen. Okay, so you're going to have cafe appliances, quartz countertops, soft close cabinetry, a large island, and of course your pot filler. And on the left, I really like the fact that this builder gave you a designated area for your coffee station or your tea station or whatever you like to drink, whatever's your poison station. This is really something that when you're building a home, a lot of these houses, again, they're built more on the custom side. It's nice to have the overall day-to-day living already accounted for, because a lot of the times, sometimes, for instance, whenever you're thinking about, okay, I'm going to have to wash, right, my clothes. If you had your laundry room in the garage, for example, it would be super hot, and you might be thinking, why would it be in the laundry room? Well, there's a lot of builders that actually used to do that. So Again, little things like this that really give you functionality matter. This would be your guest bathroom, so nobody has to go into the kids' bathroom or just like the other bathroom that has the actual shower. You can keep that one separate, and it separates both of these bedrooms. So as soon as you walk into the house to the left wing, you're going to see that you would have this private little nook for the bedrooms. I also want to call out the fact that these builders have the tile go all the way to the top, which I really want you to look at. A lot of builders cheap out on that, and they simply just don't run it all the way to the top, which again, it makes a difference. Also, it's a 3-car garage. So I know that it looked like it was just a 2, but there's actual space for it to fit 3 cars, which is pretty cool. Now, when you're buying a new construction and later decide that you want a pool, spa, landscape, window coverings, additional storage, any other upgrades, that typically starts to add up the expenses very quickly, right? And when you buy a resale property, somebody else might have already absorbed those costs, which can automatically save you some money, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that a resale house is better, but it could really work. Now look at this closet. I mean, it even has a Harry Potter room. How amazing is that? And for those of you that know, you know. I just think that that's amazing because now you have the space. You don't have to worry about like, how can I make this room fit all my clothes? Like it will just end up working. You also are going to have your standing shower, which is pretty spacious and tall for my tall people out there. I know that's a big deal for a lot of my clients. And then here is the second story. So up here, we're going to have another loft, which you can use as a loft. You can use as another bedroom, whatever you want. And then your bedrooms are going to be very, very spacious, which again, I encourage you to look at these things because when I'm comparing new builds with resales, typically I like a lot of the resales because they have more space. Like nowadays, builders are really giving lots that are super tight, super small, that really just don't work. This one is not one of them. You'll see right now in the backyard when I show it to you. But overall, when you think about it, you really just want to make sure that it's going to work. I also love the fact that this builder created like a wrap-around upstairs porch almost. You can see, you know, the sunset, you can look at the mountains. It's honestly really nice. And overall, when we're thinking about these things, remember what makes sense for you long term. Like you don't want to buy a house that's also going to put you in the negative later down the road when it's time to actually sell the property. Now, as I mentioned before, depending on your preference and lifestyle, having a big backyard, what I mean by this is like, just make sure the lot's going to work for you, right? Like if you want to set a playground back there, you definitely have more than enough space and it just works. Now, maybe you're like me and you like to go to the park so that you can walk and, you know, take your dogs with you, take your little ones with you. These parks are really taken care of, which really matters in my book. I want to make sure that wherever I'm buying a property, that ultimately the area looks good. Like if I start seeing that the neighborhood looks like, you know, it's falling apart, people have, you know, they're big semi trucks outside, they're not taking care of it. I personally don't enjoy that because again, you want your neighborhood to really appreciate through time versus it start to kind of dwindle down. But there's other neighborhoods that will work for that. I have clients that are truckers. I have clients that are construction workers, and they do need that. They do need to have like close access to their semi or their work truck. Then we want to focus on finding an area that really is going to work for you when it comes to that as well, because the last thing you want is for someone else to, you know, be calling the cops on you because you're leaving a semi truck where it's not supposed to. Now, this is the next property I want to show you, and this is what I want you to look at. Look at the difference in the neighborhood. So this is what we consider more of the old west side, okay? This is really where I tell you you're going to see the trees or established trees. I mean, I personally love me a brick home. Like I just love a brick home. I love when they have a little courtyard in the entrance. Personally love houses like this. This one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, right under 2,300 square feet. It was on the market for $435 and actually ended up selling for $425. And this is really where, again, comparing, knowing what you're getting yourself into matters, because maybe you're like, oh my goodness, I love this type of house. I love the fact that, you know, it's already kind of like it's appreciating enough to where you can still get a great deal on it and not have to pay $600,000, but you still get all the bells and whistles. You still get the established neighborhood. You get the great school districts. Again, these are the little things that I want you to compare to really see like what makes the most sense for you. And as we continue to compare everything, one of the things that I want you to continue to consider in your thoughts is what really works for me long term, right? What is my 5-10 year game plan? Because if you're going to buy in an area, you really want to make sure that it's going to work for you in the future, not just what seems pretty now, because that's what a lot of people have done. They've purchased something just because it looks nice at the beginning, but they're not comparing everything. And we really want to make sure that you understand, okay, yes, maybe a new construction is giving me like a modern layout, right? New systems, energy efficient, features, builder warranties, and all of those things are great. But maybe you're someone that is looking for an established neighborhood, right? Mature landscaping, potentially larger lots. This is really where you choosing the right home that is going to fit your vision matters. Now, these are some of the other videos that I'll be having for you guys to show you a little bit more of some of the gated communities in El Paso. So let me know down below if that's something you're interested in. This particular location is highly desirable. A lot of the houses here don't really sell for many years. People hold on to them. So if that is something that you are interested in, let me know down below. I'm just kind of giving you a little tour of this little gated community. Again, a lot of our clients like more privacy, so maybe that's you, and maybe you're looking for something that's going to make you feel a bit more not necessarily safe, because I feel like in general, whether you're in a private community or not, you're going to feel safe, but maybe you just want more exclusivity. And if that's the case, then definitely these areas are definitely for you. Now, overall, this is exactly why I don't believe that any buyer should just walk into one builder, see a model home, and assume that they found the best option. That is not the best way for you to really get your money's worth. And I believe that a builder representative can, of course, explain the builder's product. Their job is not to take you across the west side and show you every competing builder, right? And every resale property that might actually fit your needs even better. This is where you having your own representation really matters. Our job is to compare everything: the builder, the neighborhood, the incentives, the resale value, the price per square foot, the construction, the future development, and most importantly, whether the property actually makes sense for you and your family. So as you can see, within the west side, you're going to have so many different pockets that are going to appeal to different types of buyers. And this is what makes us comparing everything so interesting, right? You can have a brand new mountain view home with 12-foot ceilings and modern construction standards, you name it, everything. But then the question is like, which one is better for you? Which one is actually going to work for you long term? So if you're relocating to El Paso or are already living here and you're thinking about making a move to the west side or any other place, send us a message. We'd love the opportunity to compare different neighborhoods, new constructions, builders, resale opportunities, and everything in between. And if you want information on the houses that we saw today, send us a message. We can also go over that with you. And make sure to check out our other videos where I break down more details about the east side, the northeast, Horizon, and other zip codes in El Paso. Our goal is to actually help you understand what is the right house for you, to actually help you understand the location, the strategy that makes sense for you for years to come. So with that being said, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you on the next one.